Here we have an outstanding Aterian point, Aterian tanged paleo point made out of Libyan Desert Glass. And this is about 4 inches. So the research I've done is that the largest Aterian point that has been recognized that I found on the internet was 3.2 inches long. This is 3 7/8, just about 4 inches. So this is about 3.90, 3.88 inches long, much longer than the 3.2 inches. And just a really nice Aterian point Paleo Story Stone effigy that has been well flaked. Now this part of it here was probably damaged in ancient times and broke away there. It was probably more rounded up there at the top at one time. But it's been used. It was used as a knife and a scraper, no doubt, and the tang down here, beautiful. It's been beautifully flaked and then weather-worn big time. Those are all weather-worn flaking scars there. The flaking ridges are worn down there from wind and being sandblasted for thousands and thousands of years. But the etching on this still remains. That is beautiful. You can see a lot of etching here, this real fine etching of the hair of the faces and the mammoths images. But this is some really nice grooving and sculpting there, and grooving here and etching and grooving here. And what we have is the older face now with this, the eye, the grooved area, the nose, the mouth, and then wearing a beard. The tang is his beard. And that's the old face looking off to the right here. The grooved eyes there. We turn it upside down. Now we have the young face, really cool young face. The eye of the young face has been grooved, and then the hair above the face here has all been beautifully etched. And there's no modern workmanship or damage on this. If there was, it would stand out like a sore thumb, because on well-patinated Libyan Desert Glass, any modern break or damage just shines, just shines. I mean, it might be a little flake there or flake here, but there's no modern damage on that. And that is a wonderful image of a face with the nose and the mouth and the eye right here, looking off to the left. And that's more of the horn shaman, now using the tang as the shaman horn of the young face looking off to the left. Then we have a great baby mammoth here with its trunk up in the air and all of its hair on the back of its hair here draping down its back and up on its back, the ridge of its back, has all been beautifully etched and engraved there. And that's a great mammoth image facing off to the left, baby mammoth. Then we have a mature mammoth with its large sweeping trunk right here, and its eye has been flaked out as well, right here. That's been flaked out as the eye of the mammoth now, with its trunk here facing off to the left. That is a great mammoth image right there. Excellent mammoth image there. And then we have another mammoth image here, another baby mammoth with its trunk sweeping down, massive hair tuft, which again is the tang up above there. And that mammoth now is facing off to the right. That same mammoth now on the other side facing off to the left. And we have its eye that's been pecked into the stone right there. That's all been pecked into the stone. That's the trunk and the hair tuft above the head. And then we have the mature mammoth with its eye again having been worked right here. Right there. Facing off to the right. Great mature mammoth, great trunk coming down to the right. But just a very, very important, probably the largest Aterian point possibly known. Beautiful, beautiful profile, typical Aterian type point. And these were found in North Africa and date to around 30,000 to maybe even 100, 140,000 years ago. Certainly 30,000, 35,000 to 85,000 years ago. So one of the earliest points developed by our paleo ancestors, called an Aterian tanged point. And most of these Aterian tanged points were made into effigies. And almost all Libyan desert glass found on the surface are Paleolithic artifacts, a majority of which are Paleo Story Stone face and mammoth effigies. They did use this material for utilitarian wear like spear points, knives, and scrapers. And of course, that differs from our volcanic glass that was so highly prized by our paleo ancestors that it was reserved strictly for the making of Paleolithic story stone, face, and mammoth effigy offerings, and was not used to make utilitarian wear like scrapers, points, knives. But Libyan desert glass was. It was used, and this is an Aterian point, left at the end of its useful life expectancy, useful life, modified slightly and left as a Paleo Story Stone face and mammoth effigy offering. Young face is just really cool looking off to the left there. Wow, what a great example of really a datable. I mean, we know the type, Aterian point type. We know when it existed. And so it's quite a time range. But these go all the way back to Homo habilis, by the way. Homo habilis was making Paleo Story Stone face and mammoth effigies 2 million years ago. But they did not etch the hair like Homo sapiens, like Neanderthals, like Homo erectus, Homo heidelbergensis. All those human species, including our own, etch the hair of the mammoth in the faces, where Homo habilis over 2 million years ago did not employ etching technique. They pecked the hair instead of etching it. But just another fabulous Aterian point converted to a Paleo Story Stone face and mammoth effigy offering made out of beautiful Libyan desert glass.